my local Goodwill right there, and I'm going to look for the shoe for the Jimmy mask from Bone Temple. I think they used Adidas or maybe a Reebok shoe. I'm just hoping to find something sleek. Let's go. I think these might be good, but I don't see a price. Actually, maybe these. I feel bad using the Vans because they're a name brand and like they're still in good condition, and I'm just gonna ruin them. So I think maybe not the name brand and maybe these. Okay, so I found these Converse, but the inside is wool, and that does kind of sketch me out. I also found these kind of Ked knockoffs and these purples. I'm still not sure which one I want to use. Ugh, these are exactly the style I'm looking for, but these are kids' shoes, and I just can't take shoes from kids. Okay, so I found these. I was super excited because I really liked this style, but I couldn't find any like in adult sizes that weren't name brand. So I went over to the kids, and I did feel bad about taking a pair of kids shoes, but these are like borderline women's sizes, so I don't feel super bad, and they just went on the shelf like as I was there, so I think it was meant to be. I'm back home with the shoes, and I think the first thing that I'm going to do is to cut them out from the soles and then like wash them, because if this is going to go on my face, I don't want pink eye. Really easy, sharp box cutter. My shoes are clean now. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's some distressing that happened. I think maybe the ink faded when they got washed. That's fine. The shoes in the movie look like they have been in many a battle with the dirt, so this is fine. Really, where I'm at now is trying to figure out what to do. I have been looking at this picture and this picture to try to figure out how exactly to make them, but each of the masks are a bit different, so I don't think there's like a real right way to do it, especially because it also looks like, I think it's meant to look like kids made it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be like a little bit wonky, a little bit messy. So I think what I need to do is take the tongue off of at least one of them, maybe both. I do think 2 shoes are going to be needed for the whole thing. One shoe does kind of cover my face, but it's not really the look, especially because I think I'm going to put the eye holes here. And if I do that, there's like a lot of my head. There's a lot of my head still exposed. I do want the threads to be kind of nose and mouth. So I don't know. I think my first step here is to take the tongues off and then commit to slicing this in half. I haven't done it yet because I don't know, I'm nervous. So I'm going to go ahead and work on deconstructing these a little bit, and then we'll see what we're working with. Okay, also what I think I'm going to do is remove this extra layer. I don't think I'm going to rip the seams because I need those, but I'm going to remove as much of this inside piece as I can. I think it'll just help later when I'm trying to sew stuff together. So I've taken all of the extra bits off. I think this is where the eyes are going to be, like I said. But before I start making it wider, up here, I have the 2 shoe tongues that I think I might try to make look like little ears. If you've seen Bone Temple, there was that one Jemima, and she was a little bit funky, a little bit cuckoo, and I think this is in the spirit of Jemima. So I think I'm going to add these little ears on. But I don't know. It doesn't leave me much room to work with. Like if I do it just like this, it's covering where the eye holes will be. So we'll have to figure that out. That's too cute. I'm gonna have to do it. I have to do that. Okay, so I still need more coverage, I think. Let me see. I'll have to watch this back. Hold on. If I put the ears, what are we working with? What does it look like? Yeah, I just watched that back and I still have like a huge section of my head exposed. So I think I should add on the extension part first and then add these onto that, so that way they're more up here, more up. I think I'm going to just cut this whole 1 1/2 and then see what we're working with. I went ahead and pinned it where I kind of want it to be. So let's see how that looks. I think that could work. I think that could work. I think that could work. Probably need to connect them here, so that way it's one full piece. Yeah, so I think I'm going to cut the eye holes out now and then work on getting this all connected. I was trying to take the pins out and both little balls fell off. This is messed up. This is freaky. Got it kind of sorted out. I thought I was gonna have to use my sewing machine for this, but the more I think about it, the more I think the Jimmies probably didn't have a sewing machine. So I found some of this, I don't know, like twine in my junk drawer. So I'm gonna see if this will work. Here is what we're working with. I attached it up at the top and then on the inside with just some rope that I had. I noticed that it left this big old open spot here. I might try to attach them, or I've got some extra fabric from like parts of the tongue that I can just use to seal that in. And then I just need to attach these. This here, that keeps stabbing me in my eye. So I need to fix that. Okay, I'm gonna get these attached. Used some red thread I had to attach the ears. So now really all that's left is to lace it up. So I'm gonna do that. This mask was so much fun to make. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.